A while ago, I made these meatloaf cupcakes and my sons, Noah and Gideon, absolutely love them and they keep asking me to make them. So for today, I'm gonna be making for dinner for our big family, meatloaf cupcakes. A while ago, I made these on a live with you guys. My kids absolutely love them, so we're gonna make them again. So I have 4 pounds of ground beef into my bowl, and we're gonna add all the spices. I got my cheat sheet. I already got the mashed potatoes ready to go. So when you make these, you wanna make sure that there's a lot of the clumps out of the mashed potatoes or they won't go through the piping bag and it keeps getting stuck. So I've already got those done. And also you want them to cool a little bit. The last time I did these, the mashed potatoes were so hot, it was burning my hands. So I've already got those done. They're in the pot. I put some salt and pepper and some butter in them. So now they're waiting till the meatloaf cupcakes are done. So now let's get these meatloaf cupcakes going because my hardworking family's gonna be home from work. Brendan's already here and he's disappointed because I didn't have dinner ready. So let's get this going. So all right, like I said, 4 pounds of ground beef. We're gonna add 1 chopped onion, medium to large, and then 6 eggs. What's great about meatloaf is you can add everything at once. A tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of paprika. And you know what? It doesn't take these long to cook either, like maybe 20-25 minutes. And then 2 tablespoons of minced onion. 1 cup of superseded, or you can add oatmeal, but I like to do superseded. A 1/2 cup of Worcestershire sauce. 2 cups of shredded Parmesan cheese. 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. And the last thing is 4 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. It's all mixed up really well. Now I'm gonna put it into my huge cupcake pan. I actually found these at, I think, Walmart. They do 24 instead of 12 because I bake not only for our big family, but also bake for our King's kids. And I have 2 of them here. I don't know if I'm gonna need 2 of them, but I do got 2 of them. But yeah, looks good. All mixed up. The last time I made these, I think I had like 6 pounds of ground beef, so I added more ingredients. But yeah, let's get it in here. I have these 3 scoopers I actually got from Pampered Chef. I have 3 different sizes. I'm gonna use the large one. I like to fill them almost to the top. When you pull them out, they're gonna look like they're greasy, but if you just let them set, then they'll solidify, so you don't have to worry about it. I use 90-10 ground beef, so I don't have a lot of grease when I make these, but there's cheese in it, which will produce some of the grease. So don't worry about it if it looks like they're sitting in soup. Just let them settle, let them cool a little bit, then you're gonna remove them from the pan and then put your mashed potato icing on it. Okay, let's get going. All right, huh? My son Brendan's been working at the church, doing all the plumbing there. And you said it's done, Brendan, or?
No.
Almost done.
The boiler's almost
Okay, so he's been helping out a lot. Both of my boys, Robert was there too because we were pouring concrete in our church. For the front, was it in the entryway that we poured the concrete?
It was by all the doors.
Oh, by all the doors, nice. So we're hoping to be in our church here in the next, gosh, probably month. So super excited about that.
So excited.
So excited. All right, and then you're gonna wanna press them down a little bit, and then we have a topping that I put on the top of it. It is ketchup, hot sauce, and balsamic vinegar. It's super, super yummy. I love meatloaf. I like making meatloaf because it's so easy. You can do whatever you want. You can make Italian meatloaf. You can make Mexican meatloaf. You can make whatever. I mean, add pizza sauce and, you know, you can turn it into meatballs. You can do whatever you want with it, but it's nice because you add all the ingredients at once. There's not a ton of steps that you have to do when you're making meatloaf. Like I'm doing now, you can make cupcakes. I've made a meatloaf cake before. That was super cool. Or you just want to make a traditional meatloaf, go ahead. So it looks like I am going to need both of these pans. I do got to put some in some other ones, but it's looking good. So for the topping, it's 4 cups of ketchup, 6 teaspoons of hot sauce, and then a cup of balsamic vinegar. I like to put this on the top of the cupcakes, but I'm gonna let the cupcakes cook a little bit. Then I'm gonna brush it on. So probably the cupcakes, I got it on my oven at 375, and the cupcakes are gonna cook maybe 20, 25 minutes at the most. Just keep checking them. So within about 10 minutes of them cooking, or after 10 minutes of them cooking, I'm gonna add the topping onto it. So to my 4 cups of ketchup, we're gonna add the balsamic vinegar. And this is maple flavored. Oh, so good. I love balsamic vinegar. And then 6 teaspoons of hot sauce. Okay. Mix this really good, and then we're gonna brush it on the tops of those meatloafs after about 10 minutes of cooking. Because you want it to form a glaze. Like, you want it to be, not to cook into the meatloaf or into the cupcake, meatloaf cupcakes, but you want it to kind of stay on the top like a glaze. All right. Some people do barbecue sauce, some do just ketchup, but I love this. All right, yummy.
They should make it mandatory that you don't have to work on your birthday.
Okay.
Out throughout the United States.
So that's from my daughter. You should make it mandatory that on your birthday you don't have to. I'm so sorry that you worked on your birthday. We'll make sure next year you don't have to. But I'm pretty sure you got lunch.
You should get,
and coffee.
You should get lunch and presents and dinner and breakfast all day.
Okay, you guys hear that? That's Haley's birthday. Okay, looks great. Now we're gonna let those cook for 10 minutes. Here's my mashed potatoes. I got them all ready to go. You don't want them too soupy because then they won't hold. Like, you wanna make sure that you don't want them to slide off your cupcakes when you put them on. So, okay, there we go. Now we're just ready to get those done. So they've been cooking for about 10 minutes. Now I'm gonna brush on our coating. I'm probably gonna have extra, but if you have extra, it's really good to put on burgers or to just put on anything. Noah's like, can you make extra? Because I'd like to dip my mashed potatoes and his whatever. He said he likes to dip extra stuff, so I have extra, just in case. All right. And so you don't have to really brush it on. I would just kind of scoop it. I guess you could use a scooper. This is super yummy, super yummy. I love balsamic vinegars. I have so many downstairs. I have raspberry, pomegranate. I use my maple up. I got so many different kinds. I think the maple is my favorite. Then I had just a regular one. Used all that up. It was a huge bottle. It's the Fustilis or Fustelinis or Fustilis. I'm not sure the brand. So I think I'm gonna put a little bit more on these because they're kind of already soaking into the meatloaf, and it will form. It'll kind of be like kind of like pasty on top. I don't know if that makes any sense. So when you put your mashed potatoes on it, the mashed potatoes won't slide off. So it's gonna be kind of nice and gooey and thick on it, just like if you were to add ketchup or barbecue sauce on it. Smells wonderful. Let's get this other one. It's not too hot. So just scoop it on. I guess if you had a big meatloaf, then you'd want to pour it and kind of brush it on, but I don't want to dirty another dish and have to clean it, so we'll just go with it. All right, looks great. Yeah, meatloaf is one of my favorite things to make. And I'll just change it up. Sometimes I'll add different cheeses. I have done it with oatmeal. I like it with the oatmeal, but I add the superseded because I want the extra like fiber and protein. And so the superseded you can find at Walmart. It's a bag. I think it's like $10 for the bag, and it has flax meal, chia seeds or chai seeds. I don't know if it's chia or chai. And then it has hemp seeds in it, and it's really nice. And it's not like full seeds. It kind of grinds it up a little bit, and so it's nice to put in smoothies. I put it in anything that I make, any kind of ground beef. If I'm gonna make like a batter for something, like a fried chicken or something, instead of using the breadcrumbs, I'll use my superseded, and it works really well. It kind of tastes like, has a nutty taste to it, probably because of the hemp seeds. Yeah, Noah's like, makes extra sauce on because I love it so much. So I'm putting like 2 scoops in each one, or 2 little spoonfuls. My Haley's busy working on our farm stuff. We have invoices and we have to match them when we get paid, and so she's doing that for me. And drinking coffee out of my Luke's coffee cup.
Yeah.
But she can't drink it because a fly flew in it. So we got to make more coffee. I haven't had coffee in like 4 days. I've had tea and my Oli Pops. All right. And if you want to half this, if you just want to do like 2 cups of ketchup to 6 teaspoons of hot sauce and then a half a cup of balsamic vinegar, you can do that. But it will keep, it's kind of like a sauce, like, you know, like a ketchup, like a mustard. You can put it in the canning jar and store it in the fridge, you know, whatever you want. Okay, so I'm gonna put these back in probably for another, I don't know, I got it between 375 and 400, and it looks like they're cooking really well. So probably another 10 minutes. So I would probably say 25 minutes is good. Okay. And then my mashed potatoes are a little too lumpy, so I think I'm gonna have to do a little more mixing because they're never gonna go through my
Oh yeah, like last time.
yeah, it was kind of got clogged, so it's never gonna go through my I can't even think of the word, piping bag. They're really good though. They just need to be a little smoother. All right, the meatloaf cupcakes are done. They look really, really good. I'm gonna let them set for just a second, and then I'm gonna put them onto my pan right there, and then we're gonna start putting on the mashed potatoes. And then we're gonna top them with chopped chives, dried chopped chives. I already did one. I wanted to make sure that the mashed potatoes were gonna work, and it did. So now I'm gonna get this second one here. The meatloaf or meat cupcakes are really, really good. I'm glad I waited because the mashed potatoes are still warm, but I'm glad that I waited because they burnt my hands last time I did this. So you're just gonna use a scooper. You want to get an extra large piping bag, and then I'll show you the tip I used. You can't really use the decorative tips because if you have clumps in your mashed potatoes, it's not going to go through. So I just did the circular one. So I'll show that to you. And I just did 1 bag of mashed potatoes. I did 2 sticks of butter, some salt and pepper. I'm going to put a little bit more in this one because I have more to do. But I got to tell you, using the scooper is way nicer than when I usually use the spoon to put it in. So here's the tip, it's just a round tip. And I end up getting, let's see, with my 4 pounds, I end up getting 24 plus 18. So I got like 24 and 18. 8 is 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 2. So I got what, 42 cupcakes? All right. So you're just gonna go just like a cupcake and just circle it. And then I have my dehydrated cilantro, but if you want to use fresh cilantro, go ahead. I just wasn't even thinking about doing something like that, but I know I had the dried cilantro. Yeah, my mashed potatoes are still warm, but they're not destroying my hands. Look how cute those are. Noah's been patiently watching me make this, ready for these cupcakes.
Right
Gideon,
in front of you.
yeah, right in front of me. He ground up my coffee for me while I was doing it. Gideon hasn't gotten home yet, but it's going to be perfect timing.
He called.
Oh, he called to see if dinner was done?
Yeah. Well, he asked what was for dinner, and I told him, and he said him and Sean were coming.
Oh, okay. Looks like I'm going to have lots of people coming for these cupcakes. And I have a little bit of extra mashed potatoes.
I just checked them.
I feel like I had a hole, but I don't have a hole. These are nice too, better than the plastic ones, I think, because they get holes in them really easy. And these are like a nylon, or not a nylon, like a plastic, I don't know, it's feels like material. Oh, look at, oops, got a little. And if you do get a bunch in there, you just have to stick something like a dowel rod or something. I had to actually take the mashed potatoes out of the bag, and I had like this huge chunk that got missed. All right, and my hands are a mess. All right, okay. Good thing I made lots of them. let me finish these. Oh, I hear my crew. Do a little bit more on this one. And a little bit more on this one. Okay, I did it. Okay, now let's sprinkle them with chives.
There.
Are they here?
No, the dogs are.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, you checked on the dogs. Okay. Okay, done. I'm ready to go. Whew. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me on making mashed potato cupcakes per my son Noah and Gideon. Make sure to subscribe and like to our family page and look out for more super cool recipes.
You didn't
Fall
cover
ins-
them with the sauce. You didn't cover 'em?
No, I put the sauce on it. So you can drizzle the sauce on it.
I guess
I'm
you
like,
don't.
what did I forget?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, thank you so much.